I think once you've made your Fortress of Solitude, I don't know, we should make a tool rack in there and put all your tools in, because then that'll be like super awesome, like a kind of testament to your tool building.
So this is unique. If you hover over any of the tools, you'll notice there's a unique number associated with them.
Okay, so Candy Crusher, 14326:6.
Not that number. It's the one below it.
400,000 RF.
Yep, they're chargeable.
Oh, holy crap! So what do you charge those with?
There's an energy cube stuck in the window at the top of the science hut, at the back where the cable comes in. You just pop it in like the little slot at the top in the cube, and you can recharge it. So that's a thing, you know.
My God, where was it? At the? Oh, sorry, not the very top where the living quarters are. So
yeah, like
the energy cube. There it is. Oh, all right. Ah, I see. So if I just drop this one in here, oh, there it goes. Oh my God, that was super fast as well. Jesus Christ, I've never seen such power, such speed.
It's strong. The power is strong with this network. Almost like the trolls are strong with Shin. Although I think the power of troll is stronger with Shin than it is with the network that I built.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that guy.
I tried to stay as hands off as I could. Like, I can't tell you how many times I stared at like the little material hut.
Yeah.
And I was like gnawing at my knuckle, just being like, no, you can't modify it, you can't change it to your liking, you leave it. You leave it.
Exactly. It's not yours, Strife, it's mine, so you leave it alone. Like I said last time, I kind of like the quaintness of some of my bits and pieces, because like it just, I don't know, it reminds me almost how far I've come. Like I still build buildings that look like garbage. Although I think my little Aura Cascade hut in Flux Buddies is turning out all right. Well, I do remember that recently there was that photo tweet of me and Duncan in our Flux Buddies t-shirts, product placement here, editor. And you were like, oh my good God, you know, the height difference.
Yeah, and I mean, you are, like, you're either super short or Duncan is just ungodly tall. And
well, actually, it's a mixture of both. So yeah, loads of people freaked out about that. So I'm 5 foot exactly.
Okay.
And Duncan is something like 6 foot gigantic. I don't know. Like he's a very tall man. So yeah, when the two of us stand next to each other, there is an incredible height difference. Yeah, and that's the end of that story, really. People grow different sizes, and that's that. Like, I don't really understand why height is such a big thing to people. Like, people freak out about it, and I'm like,
well, it's because it's a readily comparable thing.
Yeah,
like,
but
you don't have
people are different.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But I don't understand why people freak out so much about height specifically. Like, oh my God! It's like, well, it's not, you know, it's just genetics. Like, get over yourself. So yeah, how's it going with your building? I haven't checked in with you on how that's going.
It's going all right. It's going all right.
Jesus Christ.
It's really just flat at the moment. There's a lot of detail that needs to go into this, but that's the basic design. I'm up as high as I need to go, pretty much. Now
so
I need
what
to put...
is it you're building? Like, I mean, I can see, but I'm not. Like, what kind of a building is it? What's the function? I'm guessing something ominous.
That's a genuinely good question, Kim. One that I wish I had an answer for.
Oh, dear.
I came up with the building design. Actually, I posed this question to my Tumblr followers weeks ago, and I asked them, okay, which would you prefer if I built something on a server, which would you prefer to see? Strife Solutions or the Church of Strife? Because I've got both. And
no wonder you wouldn't pray to the sun god. You're trying to bring religion to my server.
You have no earth. You need theology. You need the solutions of Strife. And, you know, we've got solutions in your darkest hour. That's our line. So, ironically,
Wait. Is this a cult? I have a no cult policy on here. No cult.
No, it's not a cult. It's Don't tell anyone, Kim, but it's actually a sham. I just have it to be able to get the religious tax write-off. Anyways,
okay.
So,
Well, at least you're obvious with that, unlike Hat Films, who are totally doing it for the insurance. Yeah. And the T-shirts.
Speaking of which, Solutions in Your Darkest Hour is on my T-shirt, so you should totally buy the Strife.
Editor,
Solutions.
product placement here.
Bam!
Ding, 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 ding.
Check that out. You know you want one. Anyhow.
God bless you. God bless you.
I can't remember what on earth I was talking about.
Strife Solutions Castle, what you were building.
Yeah, so I've built multiple structures in Minecraft, and I was thinking, geez, I don't know that I want to build another tower on this server. So the next closest thing that comes immediately to mind is more of a cathedral, but at the same time, I didn't want to just make an outright copy of a cathedral, like a lot of people will do in Minecraft whenever they do big build projects. So I had to figure out what on earth to do, and that's when I got this idea of trying to combine the aesthetic qualities of a Gothic castle, as you can see with the general color choice, and kind of the flat and shallow roof that you get on Roman-style architecture that you get in the U.S. Capitol and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, out in Washington, D.C. So.
I've been there.
You have been? Well, you've been in a place that an American hasn't then.
Yeah, I've been to Washington, and I went to see where they make money, like the Mint, I think I remember.
The Mint.
And then there was it was quite a while ago, there was a memorial, to the fallen soldiers or something like that. What'd they call them?
The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier?
Yeah, that's it. When you get bodies of people in the battlefield that you can't put it back together afterwards and figure out who it was. So I've been there, and I went to Capitol Hill. And I remember having an iced tea that tasted awful. Because it just
what a
the
great
water,
reflection that we've made.
Well, the water in it smelled like eggs, like sulfur, like yucky,
sulfur,
horrible sulfur. Like, God, America, I don't know what is up with your water. Like, it's terrible.
We don't have water everywhere, Kim. That's one of our problems in America. We've got a lot of coastline, but we've got a lot more inner land mass than we do coastline. So it's an issue.
Yeah.
And you manage it, you deal with it.
The water in that's the main thing I remember from DC. Not that it's a big political capital and there's lots of history and culture there and stuff like that. It's just the fact that the water tasted awful, and also you've left the game.
Hang on. I'm just checking something.
Did I just disgust you so much with my America is dreadful water, and you're like, peace out?
You talk about my country's capital like that, I'll leave your server.
Yeah. How dare you insult my water? You better not turn around and be like, I've changed my mind, I want them like this, and I'm going to punch you straight in the face. I'm going to fly over to America, knock on your door, and punch you in the face.
I hope you don't mind, but I've decided to replace all of the stone brick with lapis lazuli, and all of the standard brick with spruce wood leaves.
What's the command to boot you from the server? That's it, guys and gals. Nano's village has been cancelled. Begin cancelled. Will Strife has officially driven me insane. Nana's village cancelled. That's it.
Are you claiming that I'm doing something a little bit too monotonous for you, Kim?
No, you're making me do something monotonous. Like, it's just, I want these crenellations to end.
You're not even close to done.
I know, right? Like, Jesus Christ, if this was your idea, like, you wanted me to abandon Duncan and get on a series with you and, like, be your slave apprentice thing, this was not the way to entice me by making me put in frickin' stone brick and brick crenellations to the point that my fingers are bleeding and, like, I don't know, like, if I have to put any more of these in, I'm gonna scream. I wish Zoe and Fiona were back with their rainbows and passive-aggressive flirting. Those two.
I couldn't put my finger on what exactly it was whenever I decided to catch up with what had happened on this series.
Yeah.
But there was some sort of tension that I couldn't put my finger on between Zoe and Fiona, and I was just like, there's something I'm missing here. What is it? And you just said it right out, right there, what I was missing. It's just like, no, that was passive-aggressive flirting. I was like, oh, it makes all the sense now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love those two.
Just
like, seriously, those
God.
two make my day. But yeah, there were times where I was like, break it up, kids. Come on, I'm still listening here. I've got my headphones on. Break it up, you two.
PDA, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Bless them. I do wish they were back on there. They made everything like rainbow and sparkles and lightness, whereas you're building a dark
Don't worry.
brick.
I've got plans to like brighten this place up a little bit. I've
Heathen
already got like
monument
I'm not
to
entirely
affront to the
certain.
gods.
Oh, for God's sake! Give it up! Give it up!
Carry on, Will. I'm being
Jeez.
most rude and talking over you. Explain to us why it is the greatest building on God's earth beyond that god-awful cathedral they're building in Spain for the last million years.
Okay, I don't even know what that's about.
It's the one that looks like a melty candle.
What?
I
Never
can't
heard
remember
of
what it's in Barcelona.
Barcelona.
It's like being built. It's been built in construction since forever. But it looks like a melty candle, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that.
Okay, so why is yours better, and who is being worshipped inside the cathedral?
Well, me, of course. So, I mean, it's the Cathedral of Strife, or Cathedral? No, I've already got a cathedral somewhere.
It sounds so ominous, though. Like the Cathedral of Strife.
Sanctuary. There we go.
Just-
This is the Strife Sanctuary.
Strife, that sounds even worse in some ways, because, you know, Strife, not only being your kind of gamer surname, is like, you know, obviously like trouble and strife, you know, and who wants to go worship at a cathedral of strife, you know, which is kind of associated with pain and suffering and that kind of thing.
I think that people in pain and suffering will come here because they'll expect to find someone who understands them, because this place is very accustomed to pain and suffering.
I'm certainly
least it
feeling a lot of
sounds
pain
like
and suffering right now, like as I'm crenellating here, you know.
Yeah, and to believe you're not even working on the actual cathedral itself. You're just working on the walls below the cathedral.
I feel like, you know, when the pharaohs wanted pyramids and they got loads of slaves together to make them, and all the slaves died and then just got buried underneath the crushing pyramids of doom. Like, that's what I feel like right now.
Well, look on the bright side. You're not actually building the foundation itself. You're,
Well, you're the one who came up with this fancy pants, high octane, ambitious build design. You could have done something simple, so don't you start having regrets about your own design.
I don't have regrets about my own design at all, Kim. I mean, have you seen the amount of work? Like, this ain't nothing compared to what I did in Strife Solutions. Like, I'm just saying. This is.
Yeah, but you could have done the work in Strife Solutions, you know, in creative, dare I say, you know.
Except I didn't.
I don't believe you. I don't believe anyone.
You don't have to believe me, but it's the truth. I'm not a Shin, so.
Or a Duncan or a Lewis or anyone in the Yogscast. Like, you know, all those buildings we built in Flux Buddies, yeah, they're legit.
You're making a really good case for yourself there, Kim.
Well, they're
like,
not.
trust me now.
This is a legit world, as you can tell by the kind of, you know, modest nature of a lot of the structures here. You know, we don't have builder's wands or anything.
I can also tell that you have not spawned in all of that bone meal, given that the skeletons do not spawn in this world, Kim.
Yes, but I turned off peaceful halfway through the series, Will Strife, so turn your accusations elsewhere. There were a lot of skeletons before I turned it off, because the reason I turned it off was because we had an incident that kind of ruined one of the builds, so I decided to turn it off because it was getting a bit...
It was a creeper explosion?
Yeah, it was bad.
You know what you could have done as an alternative? I'm just tossing this out there. I'm not saying what you've done is wrong, but you can turn off mob griefing.
Yeah, but I kind of just wanted to focus on, like, I kind of actually like having a world with no monsters in it, and, like, you don't have the constant, like, groaning of the zombies in the night, you know? You could actually get a decent night's sleep here, and, yeah, I like that.
I thought you just prayed to the sun god in this world.
Only recently. The sun god is only a recent tenant. Oh my god, you could totally make this a cathedral to the sun god. What? What?
Don't even try to step on this theology with your worship of the sun. So.
So what, are you going to be the night god or something like that? Oh my god. You're going to be like the rival to the day man. You're like night man. Night man.
Actually, what would the polar opposite of Batman be? I mean, I know a lot of people are like, it's Superman, or it's the Joker. It's just like, what's the polar opposite of a bat?
Rats? No, they're kind of the same, aren't they?
Fish?
Catman? Catman.
Catman.
Catman. Yeah.
So would that mean that is that the reason why there's always all of this, like, hot tension between...
Hot, sexy latex tension.
Between Batman and Catwoman?
Yeah.
Is that the reason for it?
That, and because she's, like, one of the few female characters in DC's, like, Batman lore. Yeah.
That and Harley Quinn. I gotta say, Harley Quinn gets a lot of love these days. I cannot believe.
Yeah, well, it's because she's in the games and in Suicide Squad, innit? So,
what the heck is Suicide Squad? I've never heard of this.
So it's a fairly new kind of comic book in DC's world, where it's essentially a group of bad guys who have been arrested by the government, and sort of like they're being put to work for the government, even though, like, they're bad guys, because, you know, they are a Suicide Squad, because they're so crazy that it doesn't matter if, you know, they get killed in a mission or, you know, something like that. Yeah, and that's what the film is now, with Jared Leto, although I don't like the look at it one bit. I think the trailer is really crappy, and, yeah, I think it totally misses the mark.
Oh. Okay.
But, oh well. Well, I think because it's very obviously DC's answer to Marvel's, like, plethora of movies coming out, and how all the Marvel movies are connected, because obviously they're rushing towards the Infinity War with the Avengers, so they need to get as many Avengers and superheroes as possible all together to unite all the Infinity Stones, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, Marvel obviously have created this 10-year plan or whatever for endless superhero Marvel movies that are all connected. So DC, you know, are trying to get a piece of that pie. And frankly, I'm just really, which is fine, but I'm just really underwhelmed that so far their offering is Batman versus Superman with, you know, fat Batfleck and Suicide Squad. What?
Did you say, did you call him Batfleck? Yeah,
Batfleck.
That's what people are calling him, Batfleck.
Well, I don't know what people calling him, but it's what I'm calling him, Batfleck.
Oh my god.
And yeah, the thing is, like, where the Marvel stuff has, like, a sense of humor and kind of knowing about, you know, the fact that they're making superhero movies. All the DC stuff is, like, so gritty and dark, and, you know, like, so we're trying to be so cool, like, with the Suicide Squad and stuff like that. It just totally kind of almost misses the point that it's going for gritty darkness, you know. And it just makes me think of the Lego Movie, which you probably haven't seen because, you know, you hate movies and stuff.
That is one thing that I wanted to see, the Lego Movie, but I just never got around to it.
Oh my god, you should go see it. It's like having liquid joy poured right into your eyeballs. But, I mean, they do a brilliant impression of Batman, where they just take the piss out of him being so freaking miserable and grumpy all the time and, like, just, always growling. And he's like, darkness, no parents! And that pretty much, to me, is what the DC Batman movies are like compared to Avengers' sort of funny sense of humor. We're ridiculous, but we have moments of heroics. Avengers-style movies. Rant over.
Rant over.
Yeah, rant over.
You did go for a while there, Kim. Just
no, don't even get me started on Batman versus Superman, because,
Why would they fight each other? Aren't they on the same side?
Yeah, well, there is a comic book where it's them versus each other, and I really enjoyed the comic book. I don't like the look of the film, because again, I think they've missed a lot of points. And that is all I'm going to say about that, and I'm going to walk away from this rant, because otherwise we could be here for quite a while. Tell you who you could be. You could be Arm Fall Off Boy.
What? Who?
There's a character called Arm Fall Off Boy. Yeah. And his thing is, his arms fall off.
I kind of figured that out from his name, Kim, but...
No, I feel like I've just, blown the reality for a few people here. But yeah, his arms fall off.